Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just want to have this as a generic civil justice sign off. Whatever I want for the civil justice, for I am displaying the USA government errors, public sector errors, private sector errors, and how USA government operations got destroyed, and for displaying the absolute monarchs scandal. I, Vethapriya PROSE, wanted these civil justice to be provided to me. Okay, so I'll just read this sign off so that it will be in all these other sessions. Okay, so for I, Vethapriya PROSE, native Indian tribe, Christian Jew of Israel, Judah, Jerusalem, and true owner of USA, and proved USA is Tamil Nadu, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, have highest impasse eligibility to lead USA. I must be the interim leader of USA now is civil justice served. And for I, Vethapriya PROSE, displayed USA government errors and the scandal of absolute monarchs to USA government. I, Vethapriya PROSE, for civil justice as in Holy Bible guidelines. I, Vethapriya PROSE, want United States of America nation to rename Lord Ripon Building in Tamil Nadu, India, after my name Vethapriya is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. And Pope Francis resigns abruptly now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Civil Judge for all nations, now is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, become Supreme Chief Family Law and Supreme Chief Children Judge for all nations is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to become Global Poverty Relief Medical Director Chief for all nations, to lead and guide World Bank, United Nations organizations, World Health Organizations, Center for Disease Control, Department of Children Families, Department of Health Services, Department of Justice, Department of Revenue, Department of Agriculture, Department of Imports Export, Department of Military in all nations across the globe is civil justice served. And I, Vethapriya PROSE, to be the ambassador for all nations, starting with India, and I, Vethapriya PROSE, should get dual citizenship of USA and India now is civil justice served. And thank you all for your time. Take care, my dear fellow mankind. I sure will get civil justice for entire human kingdom in 1 minute. Thank you all for your time. Bye for now. Dear USA, all nations and 7.9 plus billions of humans, I hope we are all on the same page on this regard of this very crucial, very important ongoing civil justice sign-off provided for myself, for I am Vethapriya PROSE. And it is because United States of American nation with fatal negligence created robocall poverty mandate to I, and enforced poverty disability to I, and enforced finance disability to I, and enforced finance debt to I. And that is 3 counts of crime, and that is deadliest crime. And the crime of the USA comes under the classification of domestic violence. Okay, so a little bit overview of this is, I don't want to give the overview. Okay, 1 sentence overview. I already said I handcuffed Oxford University a few years back because it is a Queen Elizabeth II, and Pope Francis creates the Q's words in the Oxford Dictionary and destroyed the education services one side, and then Harvard Law School created the hell poverty, robocall poverty mandate. So this civil justice is about that only. So that means London has to pay me $4 billion for created intoxicated Oxford Dictionary and having 3 different names for one nation. Why there be a need? What is the need? What is the scope for having 3 different names for one nation? So I want for London for 3 different names, right? So let Queen of Elizabeth decide what name that London can be called as, right? So for London, $1 billion. England $1 billion, and Britain $1 billion, and intoxicated Oxford Dictionary $1 billion. So totally $4 billion for criminal law, Oxford criminal law, and then another $4 billion for Oxford civil law. Okay, and then London has to pay another $100 billion for created curse words. Right, there are so many curse words, and Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis do not have any birthright to destroy the education system by injecting all those curse words. So that is, for that London has to pay tax-free $100 billion. So that be $108 billion to my bank account. Okay, and then for London created the Oxford law created the robocall poverty mandate. Roman province Jesuits will pay another $100 billion in USA side. So that will be total of $208 billion that needs to be direct deposited or wire transferred to my bank account. And absolutely, the very holy God of USA, Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis and the Republican government of USA will provide on the healthy transaction of the funds for me. Okay, and this is what the civil justice is all about, right? And then on the highest note, okay, I told steal, stolen are different form of the processes. The steal service providers is they will go and take whatever that rightful belongs to the civilians. That is called as the entire stealing life cycle process. It's a process. They are called as the service providers for stealing alone. But then what went wrong? Department of Workforce Division Services, they never provided the job code and salary code for stealing service providers. So that is wrong. And that means the doctors who went to the medical school, they never educated that the Department of Workforce Division should allocate a job code for stealing service providers and salary allocators. That is $1 trillion scandal. We can handle it separate. But stealing is on two ways, right? Okay, so let's say a civilian owns whatever that belongs to the civilian. But then there's another civilian who is a stealing service provider, comes and just takes it with or without awareness. That is stealing process. That is one process. Another one is whatever rightfully belongs to the civilian, right? It is enforcement and separated or taken away. That is also comes into the classification of stealing. So there are two differences, two processes, two different pathways of stealing service providers. Are you all very clear on that? You have to be very clearly understanding those two processes. Those two processes are having very thin layer, but those are all two different processes on a standalone. Crime 1, crime 2 mode only. So, to provide an example, let's say a civilian is having a pencil box or a lunch box. Then stealing service providers comes and takes it with or without awareness. That is one processing of crime called the stealing process. What is the other stealing process? Okay, that lunch box belongs to that civilian. But then, by enforcement, the enforcement means it can be a brainwashing or substance abuse in the form of influence, right? Telling that, hey, though that lunchbox belongs to you, you have to let it go, right? So that is another form of a stealing. Got it? That lunchbox rightfully belongs to the civilian. But the other civilians, they will provide brainwashing or influence in some way or the other. Or even the government can provide that similar process. It's in a legalized way, in an organized way. So that is also stealing, right? Because the lunchbox rightfully belongs to whom? That civilian only. So the other civilians do not have any birthright to say, even though it belongs to you, just let it go. Right? That means it is by enforcement, they are stripping that rightfully belongs to the civilian. Like, Brett Kavanaugh stolen my rightful job. It's the same way. right? So there are two different types of stealing service providers, and sadly United States of American Department of Workforce Division, they failed to provide the job code for that. Can you all see, if only they would have provided the job code, then that would have been traced directly to St. Peter's Basilica, Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth, and United States of government would have thrown them in the volcano already, right? Because nobody knows how to steal, my dear fellow mankind, right? Nobody knows how to steal. But when population are stealing, that rightfully belongs to the civilians. It's called as the 10th commandment, right? Do not covet, do not lust after that rightfully belongs to the civilian. That is what it means. So, but then nobody knows how to provide that kind of a help, right? It's hell after all. Because the victims of abuse, the innocent people, they are being fooled more, right? So they'll be whatever that rightfully belong to them, it'll be taken away, using either one of this process, right? And some people can handle it based on their brain capacity, brain processing, milestone development. Some people cannot take it. Some people brain will go in shock mode, means it will not work. It will be a total shock for them. They cannot handle it. So then who should have educated this kind of emotional torture will be created for the victim of abuse? So that's why this processing should never be even there. Doctor. So Dr. Fauci and Dr. Briggs, they are so super cunning, and I revealed it already in earlier session. I do not want to delay this session anymore. It's already 8 minutes, so I have to read the civil justice, right? So now Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth and Roman province Jesuits, right? They have to say whether they know what is London, or what is England, or what is Britain, or they have to say they have never heard about the word called London, Britain and England. And Pope Francis, being a master's in chemistry and master's in theology from an accredited theology school, accredited chemistry school, right? Should say he's 80 years or something, whatever. He should say whether he knows what is Oxford dictionary book with Q's words in them, and never provided the clear education on what is the stealing service providers. Or Pope Francis should say he has never heard about the dictionary word book itself in this entire lifetime after being educated from an accredited school. So that is how I nailed on his forehead. I nailed on the forehead of Queen Elizabeth. Means you all keep working on who am I. Why exactly all the nations worldwide fearing me only? Why Islam leaders will die out of heart attack just at the sound of my name? Beyond being aware that they cannot digest that I'm woman, right? So there are two levels of layer that will create a super heart attack for all the Islam leaders, and that's the easiest death penalty also, right? USA do not have to work on any of the labor. Just they have to provide the drone, lift each Islam leader, Iran leader, Syria leader, Oman leader, right? And just throw them on the volcano in Hawaii. That's all, as simple as that. Only thing is Queen Elizabeth and Pope will be there for the Europe side. Still, it's a easy peasy task only for the USA government. All they have to send is the drone, lift them and just throw them on the volcano. That's all, right? Because before creating intoxication of that Oxford Dictionary law book, Queen Elizabeth and Pope Francis should have thought twice, thrice, infinite times. They never did that, right? That is a crime. That comes under the classification of domestic violence and wild endangered, human endangered species classification. That means they should not be living for intoxicated Oxford Dictionary book. Because of that only they destroyed the education system. Because of that only each civilian are using the F word, whatever Q's words per second in 24 hours time per day, not only in USA, in all nations, in different spoken languages. that much words are unhealthy words are spoken, then that mingles with the oxygen, the air, and that pollutes the air and creates the air pollution, right? And that malfunctions the oxidation process. Got it? And that chokes up the regular oxygen generation for the humans to breathe, right? So Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis should say they know what is Holy Bible, what is true Christianity. Or they should say upfront they don't know what is Holy Bible, what is true Christianity. Either way, they'll be thrown in the holy volcano in Hawaii, right? Because they do not have any birthright to intoxicated dictionary book. Because the dictionary book are given to younger generation. And imagine that brain nerves getting damaged with those Q's words and all the filthy definitions enforced on the Oxford Dictionary. Nobody asked. Children never ask, hey dear adults, dear adults, dear educated adults, like fancy adults, like in professional adults as in doctors or engineers club or doctors club or law club, professional architects club, software club. Dear adults, please, we want Q's words in the Oxford Dictionary. No. Not even one child worldwide never asked for those Q's words in dictionary book. No. Never asked for to provide this, what is slavery, what is hatred, what is discrimination. No. So who created those hell? It is Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, right? So they have to pay the price. Don't you think so? And yes, my dear fellow mankind, you all might be wondering, oh my gosh, this lady is super mean. She's getting all the dollars in her bank account. But Vices alone is aware I am just providing an excellent, flawless, perfect civil justice sign-off for myself. Queen Elizabeth can stand upside down or roll on the road or just run around the Buckingham Palace or whatever, right? Or even accuse me or curse me to death or wish me dead or even can order USA to kill me. I say, just wire transfer $108 billion to my bank account. Then think of whatever you want to do. Means I am the one who can take down Queen Elizabeth in ashes. Nobody. Got it? And this intoxicated Oxford Dictionary book, itself is $1 trillion crime. She should be lucky that I'm just asking only $108 billion, tax-free. Oh yeah, she will die out of heart attack. When I'm saying tax-free, how long she has been drinking human blood as tax. Don't you all think that she has to puke all the dollars that was rightfully taken belongs to the population? Oh, I will get it my way. I know. When she can wear the crown stolen that rightful belongs to me, I know how to get all the dollars from Queen Elizabeth stylish way without wearing a crown, because I own London. I own Buckingham Palace. I own Ireland. I own Scotland. Right? I own NATO organization. I own Commonwealth organization. Right? And I own Trans-Pacific that organization as well. Oh yes. It is like, she should be at least Pope Francis will be in a position to run and jump in the volcano, but Queen Elizabeth will not. But she will be gone in ashes. Wait, watch and see. This intoxicated Oxford Dictionary is just only one crime. And for that alone, and for having 3 different names for a nation, that is a crime. Why nobody stood up and educated and slapped on the face of London? For how long they'll be fooling? So for that, I provided easy breakdown of the victims of abuse billing, right? So Queen Elizabeth got slapped with a fire slap. That's all is needed. For entire life cycle, probably she should be closing to 100 years, right? Even if she gone in ashes or what, she will get the disgraceful death only. She's never a queen. She's never a royal. She's never a Christian. She's a venomous, poisonous Islam, Judaism, Zionism, paganist, hell creator. So that is why nobody, how many men club only, right? Even London Prime Ministers were men. Just that lady was there for a very short time that she could not handle that London politics, then she resigned. But otherwise, London Prime Ministers were all men club only. They all bowed to Queen Elizabeth too. Not anymore. So London Prime Minister will only ask me, okay, Vethapriya, what tools do you need to chop the head of Queen Elizabeth II? I'll say, hold on. Because United States of America is only going to do all the death penalty because I want the honor to be given only to USA. Instead of saying, close your mouth, don't talk, I'm just saying, hold on, in a healthy way, that's all. Get it? So, this intoxicated Oxford dictionary book is going to burn the entire Europe nations in ashes. Watch and see. Nobody asked, right? Because do you all know this Oxford dictionary book is worldwide? In any education facility, you name it. So how in cunning way only they created that. Now when they can create cunning way and they can also live free in a palace tax free, don't you all think right in front of 193 nations, 7.9 plus billions of humans, I just handcuffed Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis and just mandated them to kneel down in front of all nations and I get civil justice my way, stylish way. I already said I can do whatever I want with that $208 billion. And this is only for this particular crime, isn't it? Nobody asked for Oxford Law School. And then comes the Oxford Medical School. That will be super fun, right? So the Oxford neurosurgeons or Oxford brain surgeons or Oxford surgeons or Oxford doctors or nurses will be only saying, oh no, we are working on COVID-19 vaccines. I will say just throw those vaccines on the mouth of Queen Elizabeth and just pay me another $208 billion for intoxicated the Oxford dictionary. At least they should have stood up, slapped on the face of Queen Elizabeth and slapped on the face of Pope Francis and should have educated. No. They cannot intoxicate Oxford dictionary like that, right? They forgot. It's a fatal negligence. So if they're going to say, see, we are going to work on only on the vaccination for the COVID-19, I will say, okay, hold on. Just throw those vaccines along with that bottle, just throw on the mouth of the Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis because they are God of USA, you see. They are jumped from heaven. They are God. They are perfect human. They can handle it. But then, just pay me another $208 billion for Queen Elizabeth intoxicated the Oxford dictionary. And why on the earth London is having 3 different names? Who gave that authority? A nation should have only one name. Why 3 different names? Why 3 different names? So pay another $8 billion for that. Penalty after penalty only. Oh, yes. These people, they are so selfish. They were thinking only they can make poverty. I know how to make London poverty in 1 second. Watch and see. I know how to make Germany and France poverty in half a second. I already said. They all are saluting me for my excellent governance and excellent justice services. right? What would you all have done if you were given a task for creating the Oxford Dictionary? Tell me, my dear fellow mankind. We all would have created the words, definitions, according to the human standards, right? For the human, by the human, to the human. That is a democracy code, isn't it? But in the name of Republica, she is so cunning. She wanted even the children's brains to be damaged. She never bothered. She wanted to create that havoc so that tax can be created. So when she can create all this tax in a cunning way, don't you all think I slap on her face and I ask her to pay $208 billion for Oxford Law School scandal and another $208 billion for Oxford Medical School scandal? That would be super fun, isn't it? Right? I just burnt Buckingham Palace in 1 minute, 1 second. That's all. She will be running here and there in panic. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, is this a lady who is asking me to pay tax-free? And that too, 208, and then another 208 means what? $416 billion? That to transfer, wire transfer in 1 second? Let her go crazy. Let her go mad. How many people would have begged her, right? Please, Queen Elizabeth. Please, please, please. She never heard that, right? She just killed them. She just killed Africans using the African slavery ships on the sea in Atlantic Ocean. Wait, watch and see. Can you all count the drop in the Atlantic Ocean? Oh yeah. If 1 drop of water in Atlantic Ocean is $1 billion, multiply with the length, breadth, width of the entire Atlantic Ocean. Queen Elizabeth, must pay that $1 billion to my bank account. Let her go crazy and die. I don't care. Because she never cared about any of the population, isn't it? Did she? No. How many population died in USA with the civil wars? How many people died in India? I already said that Jallianwala Bagh, she is so cunning. She gathered the innocent population who do not have any education. It happened in 1940s, right before, more than 75 years. She mandated those people to be gathered without any awareness, because they never knew that they'll be died on the spot abruptly. They were gathered in the closed wall. They came. The moment they came only, they knew that they're going to die. They cannot even run out of those walls, the closed walls. And all the British, so many, Lord Mountbatten, so many people are there. Lord Ripon, all craps. They're all the puppets, the field workers, you see. They're all slaves. They're all prostitutes to the Queen Elizabeth too. For they immediately they all killed everybody gathered in that closed wall. It's called Jallianwala Bagh. It happened 70 years back. Now tell me, I know how to collect tax. I am the worst tax collector. Meaning, any nation having tax collector, they have to fall down in my knees and beg me for mercy. That means imagine the Queen Elizabeth's plight, right? Imagine her state now. I know how to collect tax from her. I absolutely know how to collect tax from her. 1 gunpowder chemical particle ID is $1 billion. So can you all count how many gunpowders in 1 rifle? And how many rifles was used by those British craps in the Jallianwala Bagh? In India alone. Then I have to multiply with continent by continent, nation by nation, state by state, region by region. Oh, it'll be super fun. And to watch this 95-year-old crap absolute deadliest prostitute, Queen Elizabeth II. That will be super fun, isn't it? Because she's going to puke all the dollars, direct deposit to my bank account. She'll be gone in ashes. And each and every cocoa share she's holding, I own it. 63% of it. And 33% is owned by USA Kraft Foods. Have you all heard about the Kraft Foods? You all must be, right? Each and every single American knows it. Because they can live without anything, but they would never have lived without eating a mac and cheese. Right? That blue box. The yellow color noodle one, whatever. The Kraft Foods in a cunning way holding 63 means what? The remaining 37% or whatever of the cocoa. They belong to me. Yes, United States of America is handcuffed. More. Fallen down in knees before me. Waiting for my mercy. Got it? Kraft Foods is, I'm just only saying that mac and cheese. Now, you all know that Oreo one, the Oreo cookie one, right? Where on the, now tell me, please, my fellow mankind, now tell me, what is President Joe Biden going to say to me? Don't you all think he's going to say he's going to resign? He will stand upside down and then only he will be walking to the Delaware, to his hometown. Because the crime is so deadliest, isn't it? So, wait, watch and see. I know how to collect tax. I know from whom I should collect tax. And I know how to burn the evil people in ashes. How many innocent population would have begged Queen Elizabeth to allow them to live free? I'm just using the track record of past 500 years. But this evil personification, prostitute Queen Elizabeth II, 11th century, 12th century, oh my gosh, 13th century, 14th century, 15th century, 19th century, we are in the close to 21st century already. Right? That means 7 centuries went. So 1 century is 100 years. For one day, $100 billion. So 365 days for 1 year. Then multiply it for 100 years. Then multiply it for 7 centuries, means 700 years. Don't you all think Queen Elizabeth has already started to burn in the hot oil? She threw all the people on the hot oil. Now she has to burn. It is our time. It's my time. It is population time, right? They say in the real estate, right? It's a buyer's time or it's a seller's time. Now it is our time. I will make her pay back for whatever she did to the humanity. Wait, watch and see. I will make her pay back with the interest. And she'll be gone in ashes. She'll be gone in ashes. She's a cursed one. She's a cursed evil. The Statue of Liberty, it is built after her. USA got fooled. France fooled USA. Because France knew. If at all they are going to say that Statue of Liberty is built, created after Queen Elizabeth II, USA will say no. Because it was created, all the Europeans just hit Europe and that's why they ran to USA. Sadly, the reality is they never knew that they are going to become slaves forever with Queen Elizabeth, because the moment people enter into the USA, they become slaves to Queen Elizabeth II. Can you all get it? Can you all get it how in a session by session I'm just nailing them on the forehead? And even when I have the accused words right in the tip of my mouth, I'm just handling my anger in a healthy way. This is how it should be. Provide civil justice stylish way. Ask Queen Elizabeth to pay all the tax. When she was eating all the tax, now it is our time. It is population time, right? It's not even the government's time. Government all fallen down in knees. It is USA going to pay the tax to the population. I already said that. So, instead of providing to my bank account, I can even say whatever process, what next process when I take the job, right? Because I know how to collect tax. I should be the tax collector for each nation. One tax collector is enough to discipline all the population. People will fear to hurt fellow mankind anymore. Wait, watch and see. This Oxford Dictionary book will go into the reformer, will be sealed and shut down forever. When doctors never bothered to seal and shut down the Oxford Law and very keen on providing marketing and sales for the scrap mask for the plague that never existed and provided millions and billions of dollars to Pfizer and Monsanto to create a crap of vaccination in a scandal, and Dr. Fauci got $1 million for creating all the scandal. Don't you all think that I can, in a stylish way, just fry Queen Elizabeth in ashes and everybody will be happiest? Oh my gosh, this Vethapriya is indeed the wisest one, right? Yes, I am. How many men were there? How many men are there in London? Okay, how many women are there? Why nobody could stand in front of Queen Elizabeth and slap her face and just throw her on the volcano? Why? When the moment Queen Elizabeth II asked the DuPont headquartered in USA to create a nuclear weapon, uranium-236, that moment itself, the chemist who created that must have dumped that nuclear weapon on the mouth of Queen Elizabeth II. That would have been super fun show to watch, isn't it? No, nobody can mock me, see this Vethapriya so rude as no. When Queen Elizabeth was so mean and rude, nobody mocked her, right? And on top of it, everybody were only worshipping Queen Elizabeth as God, isn't it? Even today she is ruling all nations. But all nations are thinking that they got the freedom. No. USA fooled, India fooled, China got fooled, everybody got fooled. She destroyed every nation worldwide. And why on that earth this crap is there? Who gave that authority to allow this crap Queen Elizabeth to live free? USA is at fault. And USA have to pay all the price to me. I am the tax collector now. It is my way. It is my time. It's payback time, right? They say it's a payback, payday, like fancy, right? And there is a movie also called Payback. Now it's payback time. I will make sure that Queen Elizabeth, before thrown in the volcano, she pukes all the dollars rightful that belongs to me, rightful belongs to entire human kingdom. It's okay if my peers curses me to death for being so rude to this lady, this evil. She's not a human after all. She's a devil. She's a Lucifer. She's an Antichrist. She's a Satan. Venomous, poisonous snake that is written in the Holy Bible. Go read Revelation 18th chapter. All the nations became prostitutes because of Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. They are the prostitutes after all. When they love to be prostitutes, it is their choice, right? Why they even want to inject that to the toxins to the nations and destroy the national operations? That is my concern, isn't it? The Oxford Dictionary book should not have any definition for rape. It should not have any definition for gang rape. It should not have any definition for sexual immorality, right? It should not have any definition for Las Vegas, Sin City, casinos, lottery, racing, gambling, genome, genetic modified foods, stem cells. right? So why on the earth Harvard Law School never thought about it? That she's a deadliest wild endangered species. Why? Why on the earth Harvard Medical School never knew that Queen Elizabeth is a scammer? Is a wild endangered species, must never be living in the earth even for 1 second and allowed to live for close to 100 years. She lived the entire years, she lived free. Versus every single day, every single second, white-skinned calf, whether be it in Australia, whether be it in London, in USA, they have to go grab all the innocent African and throw on the jail. Why they never threw Queen Elizabeth II on the jail? Why? Why Germany doctors, when they were so keen in providing morphine, the steroids, to destroy the brain of very innocent man, the Germany late leader Hitler, why the same Germany doctors never injected those toxins to Queen Elizabeth and killed her in a medical ethical standards way? That's what doctor says, right? Doctors, after injecting morphine and steroids to Hitler, they say it's drugs. They could have said, they could have provided the same protocol, the same template, and killed Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, isn't it? When the jailers from the southern states, and maybe it Alabama or Mississippi or whatever crap, right? Those Texas or whatever, those jailers asked Pfizer to create toxins to provide the death penalty for the innocent population in the prison, thrown in the prison, isn't it? Be it juvenile prison or adult, they never bothered. They never bothered. When people begged, they never bothered. But then, why they never why Pfizer never injected the toxin to Queen Elizabeth and killed her? Why? They could have easily sent the drug dealers also to her Buckingham Palace and killed her. Why? Why? Even on that injustice process, there should be some code of ethics they should have followed, and they failed in that also. Got it? Yes, my dear fellow mankind, everything is a job, isn't it? Killing is a job, backstabbing is a job, raping is a job, premarital sex is a job, free sex is a job. So, these are all in the Oxford Dictionary. Filth is there. Why? Why it was created? Tax. When there is a rape, it's a tax. When there is a serial killing, there's a tax. So people, brain nerves mandated to be intoxicated. And do you all know what type of crime it is? Deadliest crime, my dear fellow mankind. And I don't know what President Joe Biden is going to say about this today. Today is what, Saturday, isn't it? He cannot sleep in his home. No. I already said he should have already standing upside down only, just walking on the road, on the snowy road, ching, 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 like that, like, walking upside down like how the acrobats do in the circus. Like that only he'll be running to his hometown, Delaware. The crime is so skyrocketing, isn't it? I don't know whether he has children or grandchildren or whatever. Everything crap, because they all, their brains have been destroyed with this filthiest Oxford Dictionary. Whether it is in public schools, whether it is homeschooling, whether it is online education, whether it is a private Christian school. At least private Christian school should have slapped on the face of Queen Elizabeth and burnt her in ashes, because they say Christian, Jesus only is a God. Right? But why on the earth they even allowed that Oxford Dictionary in their private Christian school curriculum? Tell me. In the name of Republica, they say that Republican pledge of alliance every single day in all schools, regardless of public schools or private schools or Christian schools or whatever crap it is. They say that pledge. Can you all see how innocent? That's why there is no teachers here. So I am the only teacher. I already said USA have to provide me Medal of Excellent Teacher to I only. Got it? And everybody knew that. When I was working in that poverty-free earth, end of the year 2030 volunteer project, that means that in the time frame between 2014 and 2016 itself, I handcuffed Oxford University. See, I was just analyzing where and all poverty, what are the root causes of poverty. See, it's a very important part of the analysis of the brain work. Because the moment root causes have been identified, then everything, solution can be provided in a healthy human way. So QSWAT means I already educated you all that I provided a healthy education. Yes, my fellow mankind, this overview is delaying, but be aware it is for good, isn't it? So tell me, not only adults, she never bothered about the younger children brains, right? That is wrong, my dear fellow mankind. Absolutely wrong. Children should be children, isn't it? Even adults should be adults only means adults should never even know what is the meaning of rape. The population, civilian, regardless of any age or any gender, they should not know all these unhealthy words. But this Oxford toxicated book revealed everything. That is wrong. That is wrong. So tell me, what is Pope Francis going to say? I am absolutely positive for Pope Francis will say he will run from Vatican all the way, like either slow motion running or fast forward running or whatever, rolling on the road or whatever, from all the way from Vatican, swimming on the seas and then jumping in the volcano in Hawaii. Let that crap be gone in ashes. That is what I will say. As a nation, who are they to destroy? Who are they to destroy the innocent children population brains by providing toxicated Oxford dictionary book? Let them pay. Oh, it'll be super fun, isn't it? She will curse me to death and she has to pay. And then she'll be gone in ashes in volcano. Or she will die out of heart attack, because long list of medical billing is waiting for Queen Elizabeth II to pay. Super fun it'll be. I am going to seal down the Buckingham Palace and throw all the things in the Buckingham Palace in the mouth of Queen Elizabeth only. She has to chew and digest and eat. Nobody will provide water. Nobody will help her out on how to eat like that. Each war equipments, right? Each gunpowder, each rifle, uranium-236 created in USA Pentagon Defense and Nuclear Service Energy Center, all must be thrown on the mouth of Queen Elizabeth. Maybe if she is having hiccups, right, that can happen, right? Then USA can pour Jack Daniels whiskey and can even to add more fun, can even provide all the tobacco products on her mouth. She can chew and eat and digest and die on that spot or whatever. It is her choice. She is the one who created all this disaster. It's a payback time. It's my time. I provide everything in a stylish way, discipline only. Right? So tell me, don't you all think that $208 billion for destroying the educational services for Oxford Law School and for providing intoxication in the Oxford Dictionary book, and another $208 billion means it's the cheapest medical finance aid I'm asking for, right? Who is she? Who is Queen Elizabeth to destroy my peace by creating all this disaster? I never asked for Oxford dictionary book. I never asked for Oxford law crap. I never asked for law medical school crap. If she loves to create crap, it is her choice, isn't it? If Pope Francis wants to create hell, it is his choice. It's not my problem. I do not have any time to go and see Pope Francis, see, you jumped from heaven, you are God of USA, you are perfect man, you are perfect God of USA, you cannot create damages to me. No, that's not my job. My job is to live happily ever after. Until I take off, and even after I take off, and I should be living only happily. That is my job. That's how I should live. Who are there to create me damages? I will say, stand upside down and pay. Please pay, Pope Francis. If you want to say rosary or whatever, say it in volcano. Save that for volcano time. Like rosary time, have that rosary time in the volcano. Get lost, be gone in ashes in the volcano. This is what I will say to Pope Francis. It's okay if people and the nations are saying, oh my gosh, this Vethapriya is super rude. Let it be. How many people would have begged Pope Francis? He never listened. Right? He keep on stamping on the innocent population as a at-fault mode, made them to look at-fault mode in his own cunning ways and standards of codes of abuse law. And he will say, divorce is sin. When people are living in a toxic relationship, live and die in the toxic relationship, better don't get divorced. When he will create all hell and allow to live free, don't you all think I am an absolute tax collector? And I will just chop his head and get all the tax dollars from him before he gone in ashes in volcano. It will be super fun. Watch and see. Just watch and see. That is why I provided a clue, a hint. Though it might look that civil justice is being signed off for myself, it's a multitasking. Entire human kingdom are also getting disciplined and also getting the medical compensation. So whatever money they are going to provide it to me, it is my choice. I can throw it, I can throw it on the volcano, I can eat it, I can chew it and then spit it down, or I can share it, whatever. Because it's for that fanatic love of the dollars only they created all this crap, right? Now I should teach them, pay tax. USA, pay tax. Oh, that will be super fun. I'm a tax collector, right? I'm a worst tax collector, means all the tax collectors fallen down in knees before me, shouting, oh, Vethapriya is a wonderful, excellent tax collector. USA, please provide her to be the tax chief leader of USA nation. This is what each and every single tax leader of USA will say. Collect tax, but collect it in the rightful way. Collect it from the evil people. Dubai skyscrapers all gone in ashes. Are you seeing? I challenged, right? Watch and see, my fellow mankind. Each and every single skyscraper in any Islam nation will be gone in ashes. Less than a second. Less than a second. Watch and see. Watch and see. When they are saying Assalamu alaikum, when they are saying Quran, when they say Torah for Judaism, when they say halal and kosher, when they say they cannot eat pig meat, when they mock at the people who eat pig meat, when they do 5 times prayer every single day and Friday is allocated exclusive for prayer, whether they are on the road or wherever, they will provide that. They have their own set of rituals to do the prayer. They have to provide a towel or whatever, and they have to sit on a kneeling position in a certain direction, and they have to say the prayer. Allahu Akbar, right? Or Allah Salam Alaikum, peace be with you. They have to say it 5 times prayer. And for so many Ramadan, they take fasting. And for Eid Mubarak, they cook a lot of food. They have to share it to the poorest people. This is what they say. And they wear burqa. They wear hijab. Oh, watch and see, watch and see, watch and see, my fellow mankind. Each Islam woman in the USA government, be it Senate, or they will just throw the turban or the hijab or the burqa on the volcano. If everything whatever they said was true, Allah means Allah 99 names. Oh my gosh, it's the holy name of Allah. This is what they say. Right? Why on the earth they allowed the Oxford Dictionary in their curriculum? Why each Islam nation is having prostitution? Why each Islam nation is having pornography? Can you all see why I am the toughest and the people will just excuse me, meaning that Dubai, the United Arab Emirates Islam leaders will just accuse me to death, isn't it? Because they were all living in that luxury of tax only. Now I just allocated the death penalty on their spinal cord. How many people would have begged, please don't provide caning. Please do not provide flogging. Please do not provide lynching. They would never listened, isn't it? They provided all the crap for innocent population. In Islam nations like Dubai, they will even chop off the hands if they want to rob or steal. What are they going to do now when they are stealing the human brains in the form of tax? I can easily ask USA to chop each and every single hand of United Arab Emirates leader, count by count. And USA will just follow my task only. No. I do not want that labor. It's a waste of labor. I will call out all the Islamic leaders by name. Just grab them by drone, throw them on the volcano, let them be gone in ashes. Done deal. We all can live free. It's a payback time. I own Dubai. I own Oman. I own Oman oil refinery. I own each and every single gasoline refinery owned by Islam nations. I own Oman, I own Jordan, I own Ethiopia, I own Morocco, I own Northern Africa, I own Southern Africa. I own Islam nations, I own Pakistan, I own Kashmir, I own Bangladesh, I own Nepal. You name it, my fellow mankind. You name it. Genghis Khan, Saddam Hussein. Can you see why all the Islam leaders are freaked at the sound of my name and will die out of heart attack? How many bones does a human have? 206 bones, isn't it? And I know how to collect tax for United Arab Emirates killed Saddam Hussein. $1 billion for one bone. 206 bones means $206 billion. Plus how many nerves? Nobody can count. How many neurons? Nobody can count. Heart, $50,000 trillion. Brain, $50,000 trillion. And then how many hormones, how many everything. Everything flat rate, $500,000 trillion. $500,000 trillion billing. And then heart, Saddam Hussein heart, $50,000 trillion. Saddam Hussein brain, $50,000 trillion. And he was chased by George W. Bush Jr. and then he was killed. So for that scam, another $500,000 trillion, all United Arab Emirates only going to pay. They can stand upside down or they can roll over in the Sahara Desert and enjoy that hot sand and they can pay me first. I'll say just Wire transfer to my bank account. Then say Assalamu alaikum in the volcano. Be gone in ashes. Just get lost. Because when they provide, they should have thought twice, thrice. Isn't it? I provided a super challenge. I will destroy the Cairo military, United Arab, the largest military in the world, in ashes. And it's happening now. It's a challenge. They can ask USA to kill me. Even after my death, that military will be gone in ashes. I provided a challenge a few years back itself. I provided one more challenge. The fake Israel, the Netanyahu Defense Organization, I challenge that will be gone in ashes as well. Who are partners with the United States of America? Can you see why President got freaked out? President Trump got freaked out, but he was providing a show. He has to handle it, deal with it. Tell me, what is President Joe Biden going to do when he's a liar? I already said why President Obama was not able to do it, but he was able to do something on that too with my education only. The USA, they slapped on the face of the foolish Iraq, Levant, Mosul face for being fools because of my wisdom education only. Otherwise, for now, even during COVID-19, they'll be only fighting. They're super foolish after all. I can stand in front of them and I can discipline everybody. And Iraq cannot run and hide. Wherever they want to run, they can run, but I will be there. They just cannot run and hide. Can you all see how and why God is God always, all the time? This Queen Elizabeth II, it's clearly written in the Holy Bible. Our forefathers predicted this Queen Elizabeth, Pope Francis, and the Islam leaders teams in Dalai Lama, everybody. It's named with the Morse code of her, H-E-R, that represents a prostitute. All the nations became rich because of the prostitution provided by Queen Elizabeth II. And intoxicated Oxford Dictionary is one of them. That's all. So please work why Islam leaders will die in heart attack in 1 second just at the sound of my name. Why? That should be something that should create that heart attack, isn't it? It's a known track record, my dear fellow mankind. Forever, forever, forever. These Islam leaders, they fear for only one. And that is why with very confident I'm saying, got it? So you all work on it. I already educated when everybody knows who I am when people who work with me in the poverty-free earth. And I also educated the justice team. I also educated the Secretary of the State. Everybody knows who I am. I just want to take some time because I have to sign this civil justice. That's what it is all about. And I have to get the civil justice, right? President Joe Biden has to fix it. President Joe Biden has to answer why on the earth the Oxford Dictionary is even in the USA education curriculum when it is only filth. Why on the earth USA even want to have the children to use those curse and to know about the curse words? Why? Why USA government lost mind? Why Republican government never bothered to ban Oxford Dictionary in the curriculum? Oh yeah, that is Charles Darwin theory. For that I'm going to ask Queen Elizabeth to pay $500,000 trillion. That's the cheapest I can ask for. Don't y'all think that she started to burn even before getting into the volcano? This is how excellent the tax collection should be. Right? Tax means what? When a people is hurting a fellow man can pay tax. It's like pay medical compensation. Like that. That's all. So I am also educating USA how to collect tax. So USA should President Joe Biden sign me off a job that Vethapriya will be the tax collector of USA and all nations worldwide. One tax collector. Period. We do not need to say waste labor in creating so many tax collectors who don't know what job they were doing, right? Then for child marriages, I will ask Queen Elizabeth to pay $500 trillion in my bank account, and Pope Francis will pay $500,000 trillion in my bank account, and then all the 10 Roman Jesuits province organizations to pay $500,000 trillion bank account. Oh yes, I'm super rich. I will discipline only in my way, and I know how to get the tax from these evil. It's payback time. It's my time. Right? It's population time. So it is government should listen to the population. I handcuffed all the governments of all the nations, and all the governments are handcuffed mode, fallen down in knees right in before the 7.9 plus billions of humans means it is population time. I'm the mouthpiece for entire human kingdom who cannot talk. So $500,000 trillion once, $500,000 trillion twice, $500,000 trillion thrice means imagine. You all know, I've not seen, to talk to in a fun way. $1 billion means I know about the zeros only. And $1 trillion, I don't know how many zeros also. But then I want that amount to be displayed in the civil book. That's all. People should know never in their dream people can hurt another fellow mankind. They do not have birthright. So when people cannot understand that, then discipline should be provided. When I'm slapping and frying Queen Elizabeth in ashes, people will get disciplined. That's all. All the abusive, even the people who are thinking at this moment how to backstab fellow mankind will think twice. Will not backstab a fellow mankind. That is how the civil justice should be. Right, by the time I sign off the civil justice, all the abusive patients should be healed by 99% do-it-yourself project. They should get healed by themselves. I will never waste a penny or a dime on the federal prison crap and the state prison crap. No. I will take that money and use it for healthy wellness process. This is me. I know how to lead. I know how to design a nation. I know how to architect a nation. I know how to provide processing, organization structure. I dismantled USA government in pieces. Don't you all think so? The Senate are jokers. They made a mockery of the government process. They are the filth. They are super mean. Right? So I dismantled Senate. Everything will going to be dissolved. The moment they enforce that Oxford dictionary filth in education curriculum, I will say shut down Senate organization. I will say seal and shut down House of Representatives. Ask all of them to go to their home. I will take the lead. I will do everybody's job as one human. It's okay. I don't want them to fear about that salary part. I will pay the salary for them. Let them go, sit in their home and watch me lead the nation. They destroyed USA operation, my dear fellow mankind. That is wrong. That is wrong. Right? And then that will be super fun, isn't it? Queen Elizabeth also destroyed all nation operations. And that will be another $500,000 trillion medical compensation for destroyed India, for destroyed China, for destroyed London. And then another $500,000 trillion for national anthem destruction. Then another $500,000 trillion for pledge of alliance. Oh, it'll be super fun. Wait, watch and see. And providing Statue of Liberty crap to USA, another $500,000 trillion. Let her go mad and die. I don't care. She's super evil. I just don't care. It's okay. When she was born, she must have never had a clue of Vethapriya will be born, the toughest tax collector on the earth in entire human kingdom. Let her die out of stress, or let her die in ashes. Cursed one. Let Pope Francis die in ashes. Let him gone in ashes. Be gone in ashes. The cursed one. Let all the Islam leaders be gone in ashes. The cursed ones. I own Mecca. That is why Islam leaders are in freaked out mode. I own Mecca. They'll be just running here and there. Panic mode. They cannot hide. They cannot run anywhere. They cannot ask help from any nation. They cannot ask help from their own military. All Islam leaders, nations' military are hiding behind me. All I have to say is, kill them means they will kill only Islam leaders. Because the crime they provided to the population is deadliest. Deadliest. All the way from Genghis Khan, all the way from Saddam Hussein, all the way from Russian leaders, everything. The Osama bin Laden and United Arab Emirates leaders going to stand upside down, handcuffed, fallen down in knees before me in front of 193 nations, front of 7.9 billions, and they are going to puke dollars after dollars after dollars after dollars, direct deposit to my bank account. It's be fun for entire human to watch. And when they're going to puke dollars after dollars after dollars after dollar, each and every single skyscrapers in the United Arab nations will be crumbled in ashes. Because it's all built out of the innocent blood of the slaves of Tamils of Tamil Nadu. Don't y'all think that I will never leave them free. No. Even if Allah comes and says, see, they are wearing burqa, I am going to forgive them. I say, Allah, please stand aside. When I am disciplining these crap, do not interfere me. Like that only. I will, because that is how I can provide God's name to be glorified. Because God of true Christianity is a loving God. He is a forgiving God. So I will not allow the God to forgive these people. No. That is how I can even display how loving God is a God of true Christianity. They know. These people, they're super evil, right? Leave this Pope crap and Queen Elizabeth II crap. These Islam leaders, they know the wrath of true God of true Christianity. It's a track record. They know. They've witnessed it. I already said, whatever happened in the Holy Bible, it happened. People witnessed it. Do you all know why they celebrate Muharram? It's a self-infliction festival where the men, Islam men, hit or flog on their self and bloodshed. It's a bloodshed. Why? They cry. Do you know why? It's a guilt they have. They hold on their heart, generation after generation, for provided the crucifixion for innocent Jesus Christ. When Roman Pilate only asked, whom do you all want to crucify? They all shouted, they all wanted only Jesus Christ to be crucified. Then, after crucifixion, they cried. Even today, how many years passed before Christ era? After death, Christ era. That many years passed, that many centuries passed. Today, even today, the Islam population celebrate that festival. It's enough for the proof. Whatever happened in Holy Bible is just they cannot proclaim Jesus Christ as God, true God loudest. Islam population cannot do that. Hinduism population cannot do that. Buddhism, Jainism, atheism population cannot do that because Pope Francis will kill them. And they have to worship the true God. So in the name of taking the shame, they are worshipping. That's all. Allah means one unseen God. Allah means what? One unseen God. In true Christianity, there is only one unseen God. There is no other gods beside me. 10 Commandments. This Pope crap. I can easily use curse words, but I do not want to use the curse words. He even intoxicated the 10 Commandments, my dear fellow man. Watch and see. One 10 Commandment intoxicated, medical billing cost is $500,000 trillion. How many commandments are there? 10. Multiply, pay. He will die. He will die, or you let him do whatever. Right? People do not have any birthrights to destroy fellow mankind. And when they don't know, then this is how I have to discipline. My way. Stylish way, isn't it? Nobody in USA would not have even thought, oh my gosh, Vethapriya an excellent tax collector? Oh my gosh, why would, we miss providing the job offer to her. This is how the tax collection should be. This is how tax collection should be. It is clearly written in the Holy Bible. When Queen Elizabeth II, when Pope Francis, when all the Islam leaders are thrown in the lake of fire, all the nations that worked under the Queen Elizabeth II will be fear of the God. It's happening now. It is happening now. This very moment. So I will say, just go seal and shut down the Oxford dictionary book. Throw it on the volcano. Or if Queen Elizabeth loves it, throw it on her mouth. Throw it on the mouth of Pope Francis. Let them chew and eat it and digest it. How many books are there? Maybe 1,000? Okay, that's too little, isn't it? Because how many continents are there? Okay, is there only one school? No, long list of school types too. They only created. And one word, one letter, one sentence means, imagine. For one letter, $500,000 trillion damage cost, medical cost. So if the Oxford Dictionary is having 5,000 words means, then in all a different translation, spoken languages, that much grand total of financial aid, Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis must pay to each civilian after. Got it? So I proved there are no teachers yet. Is it a shame for you as a nation or not? You tell me. There is a shame and shameless. So there is a thin layer between shame and shameless after all. Different processing, but thin layer of difference is there. So you all decide whether USA nation is in a shameful mode or shameless mode. Yes, my dear fellow mankind, this is the deadliest crime. To inject intoxicated Oxford Dictionary book as a curriculum to the innocent younger generation population. A population should not know any of these sexual immorality types of available. That is the wisest nation. I already educated. USA should say proudest when, hey, we are the wisest nation in the whole entire planet, because our people never knows what is rape, what is sexual immorality, what is backstabbing, what is abusive friends, what is abusive workplace, what is sexual assault, what is sexual harassment. They don't know anything. They are super wisest. They live only fearful to God. This is how USA should say. But US is a garbage, right? India is a garbage. All in the name of God. Every nation you take, they say, oh no, we have God, we only worship God, like that. India says what? Lord Shiva, right? In the name of God. Watch and see how I collect tax. India is another nation that freaked to death already because they know who I am. So Islam leaders knows who I am. They'll die out of heart attack. India knows who I am, and they're freaked out mode already. Those yoga gurus, craps, they're freaked out after all. They fear for their death because they wanted to live. But I do not want them to live because they destroyed the humanity in the name of God. Right? Who are them? Who is Dalai Lama to destroy the Hinduism? He is the one who destroyed the Hinduism. He took care of the Asian nation's destruction spot. So he'll be thrown in the ashes. I said, just get out. First, get out of the earth. Do not have any eligibility to live in earth. I want China. So China will listen only to me. I want Russia. I already said Russia is already in freaked out mode, being aware that the tallest women with a sword statue became alive, and that is I am. So they are super freaked out mode. Right? Worldwide they are freaked out because of I am that I am. Born. For this crap, how many people spent their hard-earned money to provide the education cost? It's costly. Right? Watch. Just watch how college education process is going to be. Watch, my dear fellow mankind. $500,000 trillion per college. How many colleges are there? Queen Elizabeth is going to puke that many dollars. Right in front of all the nations, she's going to puke it. That'll be fun show to watch. Because how many Africans she killed on that African trade ship? Nobody asked her why she killed it, right? Not even one single European bothered to ask her why. Why, dear Queen Elizabeth? We all sing your praises in your name in the national anthem, in London national anthem. Why, dear Queen Elizabeth? Why? Why bother to kill the innocent African? Nobody asked. London Prime Ministers never asked. So I will get the tax, I will get the civil justice my way. My way only, stylish way only. And can order all the crowns that Queen Elizabeth is having, including the crown that's stolen, that rightfully belongs to me, to be thrown in the volcano in Hawaii. I only educated. Queen Elizabeth can let go, compromise on anything. Queen Elizabeth can never compromise on the crowns. That much fanatic love. As a civil doctor, I know how to provide death penalty for Queen Elizabeth too, rightful way. Just throw her in the volcano. Simple as that. If you love crowns, let her take it, wear it, eat it, no, chew it, die, be gone in ashes. Just don't stay in the earth now. Get out. But then, the rightful that belongs to me, I should get it. She stole that crown that rightfully belongs to me. So USA will surely, for sure, get that Kohinoor diamond crown that rightfully belongs to me. And I will decide what next later. I already provide what next later. I know state of Wisconsin is Tamil Nadu, isn't it? And I already provide the solution. Bring that crown and put it in the state of Wisconsin Children's Museum. When she never allowed anybody to touch that crown, I am the true owner of that crown. I can do whatever I want. I can stomp on that crown and break it in pieces, right? Or I can just throw that crown on the volcano. It's my choice because that crown belongs to me. Or I can put it on the children museum and I can ask any civilian to wear it whenever they visit the children museum. Right? Super evil. She's been worshipped as God by foolish people. Don't you all think that I have to first discipline foolish people one side, educate government one side, and chop the head of Queen Elizabeth and throw, she'll be gone in ashes. Holy Bible says it. So nobody will be dare to ask me why. I will say, dear government, USA, see in Holy Bible, Revelation 18 chapter, this word by word, it's clearly written that Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis, Islam leaders, Dalai Lama, all of them should be thrown in the lake of fire. See, guidelines, the civil justice, ethics of civil law. I can call by name because I only know, I own all nations, so I know who destroyed which nations, why. So I will call out by name. It is my decision finally who gets to stay in the earth and who gets out of the earth. Facebook is having merchandise in London. Now tell me, is Facebook going to puke or faint, pass out? Or going to witness how the Queen Elizabeth going to be gone in ashes in volcano in Hawaii? Amazon is having its services and merchandise in London. Microsoft, Google, Apple. And it is also clearly written. Whoever provided that merchandise with that prostitute Queen Elizabeth II, Pope Francis II, they all will back off. They all will go and stand in a distance and watch this death penalty provided to them. And it's happening right now. Right? Because I already said I only can bail out Facebook, I only can bail out Google, I only can bail out Apple, I only can bail out banking services. Because the VOAPB chip is what? It's created from France. I only can bail out France. I only can bail out Australia. They all did a crap. They all did a garbage. And they are living free. Who should be in the jail after all? Is it Africans? Okay, how about? Then all the Christian theologians. At least they could have stepped. Can you all see? One side I'm displaying President Trump innocence, and one side I'm displaying President Joe Biden is less innocent. And all along, in all the sessions, are you all seeing the true criminal is one side is here, that Republica Christian evangelist Billy Graham? At least he could have sat side by side with that Queen Elizabeth II and educated, hey Queen, all these are filthy words. They should never be in the Oxford Dictionary. He never did that. Because he also provided prostitution with Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis, according to the Revelation 18th chapter. It's a very complex. The Revelation book, in whole entire Holy Bible, the complex, it's 1 hour and 26 minutes, but okay, because we're all handling a very deadliest crime here. In whole entire Holy Bible, I already said 99.9% of the population would not have bothered to read the entire Holy Bible. And I am one of them. And out of that, all throughout my growing up years, I never, maybe here and there one verse is very rare. I never, get to read this Revelation because of that. People say, right? Don't even bother to Revelation because it's very complex. Even Psalms also will be complex for the people to understand. There are certain chapters that are very complex for the people to understand, and Revelation is one of them. Only when I was starting to work on the poverty-free earth of the earth, I was working on the side-by-side reference, right? People work, it's an open book. More people refer page by page, word by word to get some healthy guidance like that. So one side I was cracking down on the puzzle, other side whatever it's happening, it is predicted in the Holy Bible, means I got the shock. Oh my gosh, how exactly it has been written, without any tweaking, without any changes here and there. Exactly, precise, means to the minute detail it is written, accurate. So tell me why nobody, not even one educated man, not even one educated woman stood up and educated the USA government that Oxford dictionary, it's wrong. It's a filth. At least doctors who signed that as the healthiest curriculum, they should have even stepped in more further and provided more medical compensation, isn't it? Pay $1 billion to each child, like that. They never did that. So I will get the civil justice my way, at the cost of being hated by population. I know there are population who are absolute supporters for Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis. And I stand tallest in front of them. I slap all the supporters of Pope Francis and Queen Elizabeth II, and I'll get justice my way. I don't know about this. I do not want any intoxicated Oxford book in a nation where I live. It creates a torture to me. Period. Pay me $500,000 trillion USA. USA will go mad. I'll say go mad. Pay me $500,000 trillion. Who is USA to even sign off Oxford intoxicated Bible as healthy? So, yes, my dear fellow mankind, the overview, I wanted to keep it short, but it keeps on going, so I will cut it, short. So that is 1 hour and 29, almost 1 hour and 30 minutes. So remaining 5-10 minutes, I will quickly read the civil justice. Victims of abuse patients' medical compensations claims billing process as of February 2021. Prostitution-Babylon-USA at fault found guilty in all counts of crime of Vatican for with fatal negligence. USA nation created robocall poverty mandate to I, Vethapriya, PROSE, true civil lawyer, true civil doctor, true civil supreme judge, and as of February 2021, a nation having civil law agency do not have birthrights to allow criminal justice in nation. And it is fatal negligence of criminal justice and civil law agency of USA for created robocall poverty mandate because of fatal negligence, and it is crime enough for a nation to be sealed and shut down, for disqualified to be nation. Antichrist, Lucifer, Roman province Jesuits, Vatican-Pope Francis created finance law, held poverty mandate. So civil justice for at fault found guilty USA nation is Part A, USA prostitution criminal, USA, London, England, Britain, Oxford Law School should sign off tax-free $4 billion for a breakdown. Direct deposit to my bank account for fatal negligence and created robocall poverty mandated. And Part B, USA prostitution is a civil USA, London, England, Britain, Oxford Law School must sign off another tax-free $4 billion for a breakdown. And then $100 billion for toxicated Oxford Dictionary to enforce damages to brain nerves with Queen Elizabeth II and Pope Francis created quiz words. So direct deposit to my bank account for fatal negligence and created robocall poverty mandate. And Prostitution USA Nation took away $4,500 in October 2018, and with fatal negligence at fault found guilty, USA Nation enforced crime, USA Nation poverty mandate to Vethapriya PROSE. And crime 2 is that USA Nation finance disability took away $4,500 on October 2018 and mandated disability to Vethapriya PROSE. Then crime 3, USA Nation finance debt $10,210.38 mandated to Vethapriya PROSE. And all these 3 counts of crime of USA comes under the classification of domestic violent types, breach of duty, intentional infliction of emotional distress, causation and injury, battery and types, assault and types, false imprisonment and types, trespass to land, chattels and types, and at fault and found guilty. Supreme Judge Brett Kavanaugh stole the rightful job belonged to Vethapriya PROSE. For Vethapriya PROSE should have been the Supreme Justice according to the Holy Bible, or elected as the Supreme Court Judge of USA on October 2018, and just to steal the rightful job belonged to Vethapriya PROSE alone. Republica GOP leader Mitch McConnell, President Trump, and Brett Kavanaugh created robocall poverty mandate to Vethapriya PROSE on October 2018, and Vethapriya PROSE wants civil justice according to the Holy Bible guidelines only. Roman province Vatican Jesuit leader Antichrist Pope Francis must resign now. For Pope Francis created criminal law is hell law, and for fatal negligence of criminal law and civil law in all 50 states of USA is 100 counts of fatal negligence, for total counts of 100 counts of fatal negligence of criminal law and civil law agency of USA. So Jesuits Roman province of USA must pay another tax-free $100 billion and direct deposit to my bank account in next 1 second. And Vethapriya PROSE to become the Vatican leader now is civil justice served. I hope we are all on the same page, my dear fellow mankind. And yes, Queen Elizabeth II and the teams, the absolute monarchs, the crabs, the health creators, the destroyer of holy marriage, destroyer of holy nations, operations will be gone in ashes according to the Holy Bible guidelines of civil law. And I have to get the rightful national benefits, I have to get the rightful salary, I have to get the rightful job offer signed off, right? Don't you all think so? When these people who destroyed humanity were able to live free with all the luxury free, USA must provide everything free to me only. And I'm native Indian tribe, true owner of USA. Okay, so thank you all for your time. Take care. Bye for now.